Very good morning, students. So this is a continuation of chapter 2, Rise and Spread of Islam for plus 1 history, and I am discussing the last topic of this chapter, that is the impact of Islam. Okay, impact means influence. Influence, or what we call is prabhav also. Okay, prabhav. Okay. So whenever we are talking about impact, okay, this impact or influence was seen, okay, lastly, okay, during the rule of the Abbasid. During the rule of the Abbasid, okay, you find, okay, Islam spread far and wide, okay, Islam, okay, so many progress or development, okay, in their culture, in their custom, in their knowledge as well as religion, okay. So the Abbasid was dynasty which showed a remarkable capacity, okay, to also learn from the others. Okay, so this Abbasid dynasty was dynasty which showed, okay, a remarkable capacity. Capacity means chamta to know or learn from the others also. Okay, so what was the things that we learned from the other, okay, civilization or other society or other countries were, okay, from the Chinese. Okay, so whenever we are talking about knowledge absorbed, okay, and okay, assimilated. Assimilated means taken up in mind. Okay, so they basically knew about the knowledge or discoveries that was invented by the other countries, and they basically borrowed that knowledge to make that civilization greater. Okay, assimilated by Arab, okay, scholars, learned people. Okay, scholars are learned people from different civilizations. So whenever we are talking about knowledge, this knowledge was basically borrowed by the Arabs from different civilizations. From the Chinese, they learned the art of making paper as well as gun and gunpowder. So the knowledge that they got from the Chinese was art of making paper, okay, how the paper is made, gun and gunpowder, glass making techniques, okay, use of mariner compass also. Okay, from the Greeks, they learned geometry and trigonometry. Okay, from the Persians they learned astronomy as well as, okay, carpet making. Okay, from the Indians they learned mathematical theory. Okay, like, okay, numerals, like decimal system, the concept of zero was learned from the Indians. Okay, as well as they learned Arabic medicines. Okay. So whenever we are talking about medicine, it includes doctors, surgery, nurses, diagnosis of diseases as well as treatment of diseases by various medicines. Okay, that was basically, okay, used by the Indian people. This was borrowed by the Arabian people. Okay, the techniques, the knowledge, the skill, the idea was basically borrowed by the Arabians. And also of astronomy was basically from the okay, invented by the Indians, and it was borrowed by the Arabians, as well as philosophy, as well as how to run the government, that is known as administration, was borrowed by the Arabians. So in this context, we will be learning about the impact of Islam. Okay. In the field of literature and mathematics, etc., the Arabs made remarkable progress. Okay, the Caliph. So in the field of literature and mathematics, the Caliph, okay, C-A-L-I-P-H, Caliph, the Abbasid Caliph, like Al-Mamun, okay, basically built or set up a house of wisdom. Now, whenever we are talking about a house of wisdom, means it's a house of, okay, knowledge. This house of knowledge was basically, okay, this knowledge was basically imparted to the different peoples of Arabia by an institution. This institution was called university or college that was built during that time, and this was built by Al-Ma'mun. Okay, and this also wisdom was built at where? Which place? Baghdad. B-A-G-H-D-A-D, Baghdad. Okay, at Baghdad. To do what? To translate or to basically express the sense in another language. Okay, so to translate into Arabic, the wisdom or the collective wisdoms of various ancient civilizations such as the Greek, Byzantine, Chinese, Indian, Egyptian, and Persian civilizations. Thus, Baghdad became the storehouse of wisdom, as it preserved the rich cultural heritage, rich property of the ancient civilization, which Arabian people had basically captured or had invaded this area and had borrowed the knowledge from these people, who were living in this particular area. So this knowledge were basically translated into Arabic language in the House of Wisdom. So the second point that we understand is some of the famous Arabian writers like Omar Khayyam. So the second point is Omar, K-H-A-Y-Y-A-M, Khayyam. Okay, spelling mistake. Omar Khayyam and Firdausi. Now whenever we are talking about Firdausi, etc., these are ancient writers or Arabian writers. Some of the famous Arabian writers like Omar Khayyam and Firdausi produced great works of literature. Omar Khayyam wrote Rubaiyat and Firdausi wrote Sa-Nama. Besides these, the world's most famous book, The Arabian Nights, provides information about the life and culture of the Arabs. Now whenever we are talking about culture, we mean Sanskriti. This Arabian Night is a book of 1001 stories. It's a book of 1001 stories, this Arabian Nights. So Arabian Nights is a book of 1001 story. Therefore, it's also called 1001 Nights. Compiled under the patronage and support of Caliph. So, who supported or who basically supported this Arabian writers like Omar Khayyam and Firdausi was a Caliph who basically supported this writers. This Caliph is known as Harun al-Rashid, that which I have explained in the previous class also. He was very, very famous. And this Arabian Nights contains famous stories like Sinbad, the sailor, Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, and Aladdin's magic lamp. The third point that we are learning the impact of Islam is many engineers, or many Muslim engineers and inventors. Inventors means a person who invents things. Invented soap bar, toothpaste, oxidation, or oxidization, nitric acid, windmill. Now, what is a windmill? A mill that is powered by wind. Inoculation means vaccination. Whenever we are talking about inoculation, this inoculation started in the Arabian times only, when this Caliph was ruling. There was a system of vaccination as a precaution. Vaccination was done as a precaution against contracting a disease. Like today we have coronavirus, therefore we have vaccine. This type of idea was basically done in the earliest time only. They knew about vaccination. If a disease is that, then they knew about how to prevent that disease, and this was done by inoculation. Fountain pen was invented by these Arabians. Stained glass. Now whenever we are talking about stained glass means colored glass. C-O-L-O-U-R-E-D, colored glass. Okay. And this colored glass is used for church windows, and it is also used for the mosque. Okay. And there is another glass, that is Q-U-A-R-T-Z, quartz glass. Okay. Now this quartz glass is basically colorless glass. Colorless glass. Okay. Made of almost pure silica. Okay. And Persian carpets was invented by the Muslim inventors and engineers. But Persian carpet was basically bought from the Persians. Okay. Remember that. From the Chinese, they learned the use of mariner compass. Now, this is a compass, in the form of a card, in the form of a card, C-A-R-D, card, that rotates so that, the north point points to the magnetic north. This is known as mariner compass. So from Chinese, they learned about mariner compass. How to manufacture glass, paper, making gunpowder, wheelbarrow. Now, what is a wheelbarrow? Now, have you seen this kind of, what do you call gari, which has a wheel, which has a wheel like this kind of, and a handle back, This is called a wheelbarrow. And printing was basically learned from the Chinese. But they improved the Chinese, inventions of techniques of paper making. Ceramic means marble or mud, or it's made of clay. Clay also is a wet mud, And silk weaving. Now, whenever we are talking about the Chinese were the first inventors of the silk, S-I-L-K, silk. Now, silk making is known as sericulture. Sericulture, remember that. So, from the Chinese, they learned about paper making, ceramic, as well as silk weaving, compass, etc., glass making, and gunpowders, etc., wheelbarrow, as well as printing. We are talking about block printing, block printing. We are not talking about the printing machine. We are talking about the block printing. A block is used to print or stamp on the wood. Now, we are moving on to another point of the impact of Islam, that is many modern educational and scientific institutions like college, universities, or schools basically have their origin in the early Islamic world. So, these institutions were built for a purpose, and there were not only schools and colleges found that. The Muslims also built hospitals like public hospitals they built, psychiatric hospitals also they built. Now, psychiatric hospital is a hospital for mentally incompetent person, or unbalanced person who is unbalanced from the mind. That's why they are called psychiatric hospitals, where the mentally ill people are treated there, And they also built public libraries, academic degree granting universities. Now, when you join a college or etc., or a university, when you join a college or university, you get a certificate as a degree. This is called the academic rank, conferred by a college or a university. And they also built astronomical, observatories from where they can observe the celestial bodies like the moon, stars, etc. Now, in the impact of Islam, we are going to different readings like science. In science, what progress they made, in science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E, science, Islamic scientists studied and translated Greek and Indian works. So, Greek and Indian works were translated. Greek and Indian works were translated, into Arabic language, and this Greek and Indian works were basically astronomy, astrology, medicine, and mathematics, etc. They made great progress, in the use of lenses. Now, whenever we are talking about, in the science, they have invented lenses. Now, we are talking about telescope. We are talking about telescope used for observing celestial bodies. Now, we use for observing planets. They made great progress in the use of lenses and built observatories, means houses for housing or telescope, okay, from where you can see the planets, okay, and provide accurate astronomical, okay, observations of that. They also found that the Earth rotates on its own axis and revolves around the Sun. So Earth rotates on its own axis. The axis is an imaginary line on which a body of the Earth rotates, and the Earth rotates and revolves around the Sun. This was learned by them in the earliest past only. So Arabians were far more advanced than the Christians. Remember that in knowledge. The second point that we come to know is medicine. In the field of medicine, a lot of philosophers, scientists like, okay, scientists, S-C-I-E-N-T-I-S-T, scientists, okay, scientists like are, okay, H-A-J-E-S, Rays, okay, Rays and Ibn Sina are noteworthy, okay, because Ibn Sina is also known as Avicenna, who made great contribution or then in the field of diagnosing or identifying diseases, because these other philosopher scientists like Rays and Ibn Sina are noteworthy because their works were studied in the medical school in the earliest past. The Arab rulers also built hospitals, that I told you, and encouraged the study of medicines. Ibn Sina work, the canon of medicines. The Ibn Sina work is known as the canon of medicines. The canon of medicine is the work of Ibn Sina, okay, which is used in many medical schools, okay, in the earliest time. Now, in the field of mathematics, now we are moving on to mathematics. Then architecture. In the field of mathematics, okay, I am writing maths only. The Arab borrowed the decimal system and the concept of zero from India. Now, what is the concept of zero? If you put zero in front of number 2, so the zero value of the zero will be less. But if you put zero at the back of 2, the value of the zero will be more. The concept of zero was the invention of the Indians as well as the decimal system, which was borrowed by the Arabian people. The Indian system of numerals, so numerals means, okay, number, okay, were introduced in Europe by the Arabs, but they were borrowed from the Indians, and hence came to be known as Arabic numerals. Understand that, okay? From the Arabs, Europeans or the Christians learned about these numerals, this decimal system, and the concept of zero. The Arabs invented algebra. So the Arabian people actually invented, okay? The Arabian people, okay, basically invented algebra. So algebra is invented by the Arabians, A-L-G-E-B-R-A, algebra, okay? Now whenever we are talking about algebra, okay, the person who basically invented algebra was Omar Khayyam. Okay, Y-Y-A-M, okay, Y-Y-A-M, Khayyam. Okay, that's correct. Omar Khayyam was the person who invented algebra. They also learned about Greek concept of geometry. So from the Greeks they learned geometry and made remarkable progress in trigonometry also. Now in art and architecture, in the field of art and architecture, we are studying about the impact of Islam, okay? So what influence did the spread of Islam take? Actually, they acquired knowledge from various civilizations. So they were able to become a rich civilization, okay, where they basically progress for a betterment and development of that nations. So in the art and architecture, we are talking about design, okay, the designing and construction of buildings. Islamic architecture flourished or developed under the Byzantine and Persian rulers. So the Muslims conquered the Byzantine Empire also. Therefore, they learned about the art and architecture of the Byzantine people as well as from Persian rulers. Okay. Now, the Persian form of art is also found in Indian monuments like the Red Fort, okay, Qutub Minar, etc. Okay. So, Islamic architecture flourished under the Byzantine and Persian rulers who built palaces, libraries, educational institutions like colleges or universities in olden times, like hospitals. mosque and tombs. Now tomb is the final resting place of the person, okay, and mosque is the temple, okay, of the Muslims. New features are seen in buildings such as minarets and the onion-shaped domes, arches. So in this buildings, in this architecture, that is architecture means buildings, what kind of feature are seen there? You see minarets. You see minarets. Minarets means minar, okay, minar. No anchor, minar, okay. You see tower. You see T-O-W-E-R, tower, okay, and the onion-shaped dome. Onion-shaped dome are seen in these buildings. Now, what is a dome? Okay, dome is like this kind of shape. Okay, like this kind of shape of building is shown there. Okay, see that arches, A-R-C-H-E-S. Arches means arc. Arc. This is the arc. Are you understand? So arches is in there. So arches is in there. This kind of design was imbibed or used by the Muslims for designing their buildings. Islam does not allow the use of human forms. They do not use human images in their buildings in decoration. Hence, Islamic painting and sculpture that a statue show geometrical and floral design. So in their buildings, they do not show human figures. They show what? Geometrical designs. Geometrical designs, okay, and floral designs. What is geometrical design? The use of shapes, and floral designs means the use of flower designs. Okay, buildings were often decorated with mosaic. Buildings were also decorated with mosaic. Now, mosaic is a picture produced by arranging small pieces, pieces of colored stones, stars, etc., to form a picture. That is called a mosaic, and calligraphy was used. So calligraphy is an ornamental form of writing that was used in the holy book of the Quran also. So calligraphy is seen, one of the best examples is Quran, where you find ornamental or decorative form of writing. Okay, cities of these Muslims had advanced domestic water systems. So cities and houses of the Muslims had advanced domestic water system with sewers. They had cities had sewers. S-E-W-E-R, sewers means nala. Okay, or nali we call it. Nali or nala we call it. This is called drain or underground drain for carrying waste water or drain water or waste drain water from one place to another. And clean drinking water was provided through pipelines. These houses even had private toilets as well as public toilets. With this, I've finished this chapter, the rise and spread of Islam. Hope you find this lesson useful. Thank you for listening.